Hi, welcome to Orchids with Barney. Today I'm featuring this Cycnoches C.warscewiczii. I'll show you the label so you can get the spelling. This is the spelling there. So Cycnoches C.warscewiczii, or however it's supposed to be pronounced. So it's a species orchid from the tropical Americas, and you can see it's got this gorgeous, really decent sized flower here, really good sized flower, amazing kind of olive colouring with this ivory lip and a dark green staminode there. Really unusual. Now, what I love about this orchid is the fragrance. It smells to me like fake banana flavour, which I really like. I think it's quite a pleasant wafting sort of fragrance. Up close, it's so strong it would give you a headache. You know, when you put your nose in and sniff, it's so intensely fragrant, especially in the morning. But the nice quality of that, it means it wafts really well. So really great for filling a room with fragrance. And this is a first bloom seedling, so you can see the pseudobulb's not kind of enormous. It will get at least twice the size of this at maturity, much wider as well, and then the flower spikes, the inflorescences, will hold 5-6 flowers at each flowering event. So it's quite a show when it has multiple flowers per inflorescence. I'm assuming it can produce probably more than one inflorescence at the same time, but what's nice about this species is it is known to produce inflorescences at separate times from an old pseudobulb. So you can have sort of several flowering events. This flower, is, you can see it's coming towards the end of its life. It's getting this brown tips, and it's been open about a week and maybe 8-9 days. So it's on its way out. It won't be gone within a week easily, hence me making this video before it fades. Now, this is called a non-resupinate flower because this here, the lip, in most orchids that is at the bottom of the flower, and this, which is actually in most orchids, that's the top petal. Here it's at the base. So what most orchid flowers do is they rotate 180 degrees when they're in bud stage, so that the lip ends up being at the bottom and then this petal ends up being at the top. This is a non-resupinate, which means it did not twist 180 degrees, so it's got the lip remains at the top. So that means that here, the pedicel here, the peduncle here is not twisted. Like most of these kind of Castiniaceae or Castiniid orchids, they need a dry winter rest. So kind of late fall, late autumn, mid to late autumn, you sort of find the leaves start turning yellow, and that's your signal to stop watering, and then don't water it. Let all the leaves turn yellow and fall off. That's normally the time it flowers, late autumn, late fall into winter. Right now it's end of March, so this is a kind of a later flowering, so I was very happy that it did flower because I didn't expect it this year. And so they'll go dormant through the winter, apart from the flowering, and then what will happen is at the base here, you can just about see where the roots there. So down kind of at the bottom, you'll get at one of the nodes, a new growth will start developing in the spring. So I'm hoping that'll be, you know, after the flower fades, hopefully within the next month, a growth will start appearing. And you need to wait till that's an inch or two tall, at which point it will also be producing roots that will be maybe an inch or so long by then. That is really the better time to repot it. And that is also the time when you should start watering it. So don't water it until the new roots are at least an inch long. Otherwise, it can increase the likelihood that it might rot. And then kind of gradually increase the watering. During the summer, it needs to be constantly damp with a decent amount of feed, regular feeding. They are heavy feeders. They're big leafy things through the summer, very vigorous, quick growing, and keep that going up until the autumn, the fall, and then you sort of start producing watering sort of in response to the leaves starting to turn yellow, and then you stop watering. So it's got a dry, wet season cycle, but once you're used to it and you know how to respond to the plant's growth signals and the senescence of the leaves at the end of the season, then it's a pretty easy orchid to grow. Does need bright light, really all the time. High humidity is better, good airflow, and warm temperatures all the time. It's a pretty warm growing orchid, a bit more tolerant of cooler conditions when it's dormant, but really does prefer to be warm and humid. So this is Cycnoches C.warscewiczii, really amazingly fragrant, beautiful flower. This is Orchids with Barney. Thanks for watching, and happy orchid growing.